Hi everybody, this is Coach Allison and we are in Defy Aging week 47 now. This week we're going to do a circuit on the turf, pretty typical there, for 3 rounds, also pretty typical. But we're going to have varying work and rest time. So round 1 is going to be a long one, so I'm just going to forewarn you. It's 60 seconds on, 40 seconds off. So yes, it's kind of a long working set, but you get a nice 40-second break. And I believe we just go down, yes. Round 2 is 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off. And then round 3, you could maybe guess, is 30 on, 40 off. So that final round will feel very nice because you get more rest time than work time. Strange thing is there's only 5 stations, so there'll definitely be some doubling up at some or all of the stations, depending on how full your session is. And we will, of course, have a little team builder at the end. So let's do some demonstrations. Okay, the first station is going to have a chest focus and a little stability. So we're going to be in that half kneel position. It's a half kneel ball chest press, whatever. It's pretty descriptive because that's exactly what we're going to do. We do need those squishy, either the PT balls from Vibrant perhaps, or the clubs that still have the silver sneakers balls from back in the day of running those. But we need a soft squishy ball for this, and we don't want the weighted medicine balls. Our normal half kneel position, I'm going to turn to the front here. For half kneel, we want this front leg to be coming straight forward out of our hip. It's kind of tempting to do this, bring that leg out to an angle, because it gives us a wider base and it makes us feel maybe a little sturdier. But for this, when we do half kneel things, we want, part of the purpose is to work on that stability. So they don't have to be in line, that's not natural, but just kind of your natural hip gait, you know, one knee is here, one knee is here, just like if I was standing here and here. So just keep that in mind. Minor note there, nothing to do with the chest part of this. Now for a chest press, it's typically an exercise done with dumbbells. It's very tricky though to do it correctly and do it safely around the shoulders and elbows. So we take this ball instead and we're going to press in. Pause for just a second. Now, yes, you can do it with your hands, but when you do this with your hands, it's very tempting to flare the elbows out. And now it's not engaging the muscles in the exact right way to be as effective as we would like. It takes a little bit of the chest pecs out of it and puts more shoulder, which we don't want to do. Also, it's just a lot of forced pressure on your wrists. See how much my wrists are bending here? So it's forced flexion on the wrist. We want to avoid all of that. So to do that, we put the ball instead between like the forearms, just under the wrists. So your hands can do whatever. I just like to keep them straight up and down. And then we press the full forearms in. Squeeze, squeeze. We're doing reps. We're not holding it. Okay? So think of it like squeezing those forearms together. It's not this. Halfway through each set, we'll keep the upper body the same and just change that leg position so we're getting even time on each side. All right, and that's station 1. Next up is a band squat row. We have done this before for any of you who have been with us for a while. Oh, that's maybe not enough. I never know the best place to put the camera for this. You have a band, resistance band hooked up to the racks in front of you. So you can kind of see how, right? So we do a squat and then we do a back row. So if I'm just doing back rows, let's just review that for a moment. Pull the elbows as far back as they can go. And as I do that, notice my chest is coming out. In order to do that, my shoulders go back. So you're doing like a shoulder retraction. All that happens while you're doing the row. What we don't want to do is keep the shoulders still and just kind of pull like this. See how my shoulders are staying still and my chest isn't doing any movement? But now when I do it correctly, my shoulders drop back, my chest pops out. Now, why am I mentioning the chest so much, even though this is a back exercise? When you pop your chest up and out, proud chest, that helps you squeeze between these 2 shoulder blades. See, my chest is going out, shoulder blades are coming back. Okay, so that's just the row component. We're going to add a squat. Little tension on the band, but I guarantee half of us are going to maybe tip backwards a little bit doing this, and I'm going to forewarn you of that now. We don't squat and row at the same time. If you do that, there will be a feeling of tipping backwards. Arms stay straight. It's almost slightly holding you up, so it's actually kind of nice. Do your squat, up, then row. Keep that, saying that even in your head, that helps. Squat, up, row. Squat, up, row. If you say that kind of silently to yourself or in your head, it'll help you avoid doing the squat with the row and then maybe tipping backwards. I just see that a lot, so I wanted to bring it up first. But that is station 2, so it's a great component or a great combination, leg and upper body. Station 3 is a high-low carry. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to carry one weight up high and one weight down low. Okay. The down arm, pick a weight set that is the same weight in each hand. So you don't feel lopsided as far as the weight, but the down arm will feel easier because we're just holding a weight down at our side. And it's not going to be terribly heavy. But the up arm, that's the side that we're going to need a little more control. So you have a neutral grip, palm stays in, press it up, and we keep it there. Now I want you to try to see how straight my arm is and my bicep is close to my ear here. I want you to try to keep that. So what we're trying to avoid is either holding it out like this or having the elbow super, super bent like this. If you straighten it up all the way, lock in your elbow, it's more shoulder muscle activation as well. It's also a little safer because we are relying on that locked in joint, okay, for balance for the arm. If we do this, then we're having to constantly engage the biceps a little bit as well to control this. So keep that in mind. Get that arm straight, bicep next to the ear, and then we go for a controlled walk, okay? The coach will have a little designated route to wherever that may be. Halfway through the set, we'll carefully and safely switch sides and continue the walk so we get half the time on each side, and that's our high-low carry. Next station, we have a bear hold. This is an isometric, so there's no movement, similar to how a plank is holding still, but the target's going to be more your thighs here. And you might feel some like chest and shoulders and arms a little bit, but the focus is really these thighs. So we're on hands and knees, tabletop position. So knees are right under hips and wrists are right under shoulders. Okay, so watch what I do with my feet. I'm going to curl my toes under like this. And I don't even know if you'll be able to see because that I'm lifting. The goal is to lift off the floor as little as possible. Like just enough so you could maybe slide like a finger under there or something. Meaning we're not coming way up here. So I'm going to lift my knees and hold just like 1 inch off the floor. Keep a neutral neck, so just keep looking straight down at the floor in front of your face. And we hold this. Make sure you're getting nice full breaths. That helps you with just focus on something, first of all, but it helps the hold. It's harder than it looks, and that minute set's going to be very interesting. Anyone not getting onto the floor, typically I do what is happening? I do a little Elvis thing there. Typically I do like an isometric squat, but I know we are already doing squats with the squat row. So I'm not making some people do so much squatting. Let's do an alternative as, for anyone not getting on the floor, a wall sit. That's still an isometric leg exercise. So our wall sits, step your feet out before you sink down as low as you're able until possibly parallel to the floor, a little higher if needed. Don't lean forward on your legs like this, and we're going to hold that. Very similar muscle focus. So bear hold, wall sit, and that is station 4. Final station is another floor one, single arm chest press, and I think we did this 2 weeks ago, perhaps, maybe 3. Okay, so have the reminder, have the weight in your lap, close to your chest before you lie down. Because then when you lay down kind of with it, the arm is just right in position and ready to go. We don't want to lay down and then have to like sloppily or dangerously pick up that weight. So a little safety tip for you. Knees are bent, and that's for some back support. Doesn't affect the chest exercise, but we want that back support. So bend those knees. This is my elbow straight out to the side. That's too harsh of an angle on your shoulder. So watch what I do with my elbow. I'm just going to dip it down a little bit. I hope you could see that. Also, what I forget to mention a lot is the wrist. Keep the wrist nice and straight. We don't want to do a bent back hand like this. Okay? Because that actually puts the weight is pressing down on my hand, really straining my wrist. So straight, strong wrist. Always remember that. Straight, strong wrist. Okie dokie. And then, of course, we just do the press. Don't think it does slightly come inward but don't overthink it and like go up and then swing it in and then back. It just glides right in the right position if you go straight up. And I don't know, maybe this angle is better. Watch my hand. It's here now. And as I press it up, because I straightened my arm up, it kind of moved in just a little bit. Do you see that? But I'm not overthinking it and like pressing sideways. If we press, we don't want to press out here because all this weight wants to do now is yank my arm down. So we always want the weight straight up and down like this, if that makes sense. Halfway through the set, we will change sides. Nice and controlled. Do bring your arm all the way down to tap the floor, but don't fully rest on the floor between each rep. Just a quick tap and then back up. Put the weight down like this when you're done. That is the safest way to put it down, safer on your shoulder and on your bicep. So, single arm chest press. Anyone not doing the floor exercises, depending on how many benches and or people we have in the session, an incline bench is a great option because you just sit on the bench and then recline back a little, and the movement is exactly the same. If we don't have enough benches to accommodate the full session, the coach can set up a single arm band or cable chest press like this. The coaches will, it looks exactly like what I'm doing. It's just I don't have the band in my hand. So that's another alternative. Okay, that is station 5, final one. Okay, we got our team builder. We're gonna do a shuffle relay. Last week we had the slider relay, so shuffles this week again. This time we're gonna have, if we have enough people, hopefully we do, 2 teams, and we're gonna have a fun little race. Everyone goes one person at a time in each team, but everyone goes through 3 times. So everyone's gonna go through once, and then everyone goes through again, and then everyone goes through again. So it's not just a one and done. Yeah, I hope that made sense. But anyway, shuffles, quick review. Soft bend in your knees, maybe like a quarter or a half of a squat, like this. So we're not just coming down like this. Hips go back, and we're not in a full squat, halfway there maybe. And we do a little like this. You kind of hop, and in the air, when you're in the middle of that gentle little hop, that's when you bring your feet together. I'll go forward so you can see my feet and my legs, what they're doing. You kind of stay on the balls of your feet so you're nice and light on those feet. And it's very, very minimal, subtle impacts. Everyone should be able to do this. It's not anything like jumping or running. It's very gentle because you're kind of just doing a nice little gentle, I don't even want to say a hop, a bound. Does that sound gentler? Anyways, 3 rounds for everybody, and we'll see what team finishes first. Alrighty, that is week 47. Almost to the final week of the year, but not just yet. So I hope you enjoy this workout, and I'll see you back next week for week 48.